question for the assessor. Can you look up parcel RPGF 3000300 and tell me what the lot value on that is?
3000300.
Should be, yeah. Yep.
Is 92,950. I'm sorry.
92,950?
Yes.
Okay.
So this is the issue I have, and we've had this discussion, and we've had the land thing. The land that is directly against the undeveloped portion, that is the newest lots that to enter the market. Last year's evaluation were set at $76,300. The street directly to the west, next down, was at $80,000. That street, that particular block was set at $100,000, and the lot directly behind the temple was set at $80,000. And so this is the problem that I have with all of this whole section up here. I have cause to be raised right now to say I want everything within these, all of these streets and these land values to go back and be reset, because it is such a, I don't even know how to approach some of these, because there is such a discrepancy of everything from Hiskey all the way up, and I don't know what else to say. And so we have land values that you would think the newer lots, the newest constructed properties, which should be higher, when last year at the same time they were set at 76 and this one was set at 100. Now this year I'm assuming that they've been scheduled and moved forward, and this is the problem I have with this land schedule. The last year, the house that's the lot that is on the same street further south, directly looking at the spire of the temple, which would be arguably, depending upon who you are, considered to be the most desirable, sought-after lot in the entire valley, was at 80. And all the others, which you're not looking directly at the temple or have a view of that. So depending on who you are, you may or may not find that of intrinsic value, but that's where we're looking at. And so that's why I say I would hold it at the 85 grand on a lot last year. Your improvements, on the other hand, I'll just tell you, piece of sheathing last year cost $55, where the year before when they built your house it cost $21. Right now your improvements are kind of, they're not depreciating or in a cycle of what they would be doing. Your land though is outrageous, and you got me on that. So that's just where I'm at. I'd say we just hold it at last year's value, and I seriously, I'm just assessor's table. I'm looking for a recommendation on how to fix this, because every single parcel that's coming in right now, our land values are just, I don't even, the sales data does not back up the lots right now on that hill.
Well, I'm kind of, I don't disagree with dropping the lot value down, and I agree with you on that the improvements probably are where they're at. I was just kind of, I went back and looked, you've been adjusted at BOE 2 years in a row now. And looking at that and moving that up 25% a year puts you at about 530,000, which is close to where we're at if we drop the lot value down.
See, and that's my whole point, is you have a lot that started at 70, 70, 100, back up to 76, back up to 100, back to 85, back up to 120. The current sales, and I don't know why we've excluded these. They are not. These are arm's length transactions. They may or may not be built by the builder or the developer, or they may be sold off. There's several of them that I've seen that have been sold to different developers. They have not gone through the MLS because they so choose not to. There's a big enough market, they don't have to market it. But none of those are being used, and so the stuff that's actually the most accurate land sales we have, none of them have been apparently used. We should not be using any land sales for the Highland Hill other than the Highland Hill and maybe one token to show what's happening in your overall general area of the county.
Mr. Chair, on parcel RPGF 4002100, I make a motion that we adjust the value down to 551,706, which is taking 20,000 off of the lot price down to 80,000.
80,000 or
The lot's currently at 100,000.
120.
120.
Oh, all right. Well, then I'm just Okay.
Hold on, friendly amendment.
Yes, fix that. Sorry.
Now, when they start selling those lots for 120, land appreciates.
Well-
It is what it is, but
Yeah.
until they hit that point, I'm with you.
Well, honestly, I mean, if I could speak truthfully, I've heard from people, in the area that some of their lots were 135. So, I mean, you literally have 135, 120, 85, 90, it's all over the place. And that's my frustration. If the value is, if it is what it is, then fine, but it needs to be consistent everywhere, and it's not. It's all over the place.
Okay, let me readjust that now. Same parcel, value 531,506 with the value coming off of the lot.
There's motion on the floor, further discussion or any other motions? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
You've made an adjustment in your favor. What this does is allows you or the assessor's office to appeal this to the Board of Tax Appeals or go to the district court. You'll be notified in writing in the next 2 to 3 weeks of our decision. At that time, if you want to go to continue your appeal process, forms are at the clerk's office and you can go at that time. If you don't have any further questions, I'll consider this hearing closed.
Oh, I'm good. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Ma'am, you're up next. All right. If you want to go ahead and state your name, and we'll get you going.
Julianne Christensen, and I live at 2343 Horizon Drive. So this is my first year doing this, so I don't have a lot of information. I'm just here to understand the why. I don't want to just sit back and let my value or the taxes be raised so high. I'm at 40% from what it was last year. And from the people that I've heard that it has been about 28% has been the average. And so I don't know why it increased to up to 40% from what it was last year.
Okay. Anything else?
No.
You've got 2 minutes and 15 seconds. I
No,
don't want
like
to
I
deprive
said,
you of your time.
I'm new to this. I don't know a lot about it, and I want to learn and know the why. But I think 40% is outrageous for.
Did you just buy this house?
Nope, we've been there for 10 years.
And you've never been to BOE before?
Nope.
We must have had an adjustment. This must be one of the blanketed parcels that had an adjustment done on it because of issues. Because there's a BOE.
There's a BO in 2019.
2019 had a BOE adjustment. Okay. All right. If you don't have any questions or anything else at that point, then I'll go to the assessor's table.
Okay. Subject property is 2343 Horizon, 0.16 acres, a 0.16 acre lot, 1 story, built in 1981, and it's got 1,260 square feet on the main, 1,144 square feet in the basement, and 1,086 square feet of that is finished. Removing land and other outbuildings, it's coming in at $100 per square foot. Comparable cell 1, 2342 North Star, built in 1984, similar square footage, and it is coming in at $100 per square foot. Comparable cell 2, $107 per square foot. Comparable cell 3, $109. Oh, $103 per square foot. If you scroll down and take a look at this map, all comparables are very close, within just a few blocks of each other. Thank you.
Okay. Do you have any questions of the assessor or the assessor's table?
Just the why there was such a high increase from last year.
Values increased substantially throughout Bannock County. Some areas a little more than other areas. This area might have been a little bit low, and when we went in to adjust the values, it jumped up a little bit more than other areas. Every year we will go out, we will collect all the cells and analyze the cells based on location, quality, square footage, year built, and put all those together, and that's where the value comes from. Some areas will raise more than other areas also. That average is just a blanket throughout all of Bannock County.
So that average, that you hear the 24% everybody talks about, that's a blanket average of all size houses, all size cells. So some houses, your house in the price neighborhood and where it goes, we had a bidding war last year for anything under $400,000. You'd have somebody put a house on, I'm sure you sat and talked to friends, neighbors, and people that sold, and they heard how they had 15 different offers, and they got to pick what they wanted as a seller's market. That's why some of these areas had a higher jump than the 24%. You had other areas that didn't have, they might only got 3 offers instead of 15, or a bidding war. There's some of them where maybe they're desirable area of town. You live on the Monte Vista Hill. I grew up running around that hill. It's a desirable area that people want to live in. So that's that's how it's done. So you heard in the last one, the first thing I look at is your land value. They valued your lot at $66,000. So if you scraped your house, just tart down, you could sell a lot for $66,000, and that's probably pretty accurate. I mean, that's a legitimate lot. They're going to develop that top and the North Star here, and they'll probably be over $80,000, $90,000 a lot. So your lot land seems comparable. Your house sells, all the others are there. Your improvement value is $236,000, and you have $100 per square foot on your property. That's actually one of the lowest that we've seen coming in here. And out of all of these houses that were shown, it looks like your house is, and the exterior, is it just the front that's stuccoed or the entire house?
Yeah, the front.
I mean, so you have and then it's what, aluminum siding or vinyl siding all the way
Yeah.
around? So you have a completely maintenance-free house. I mean, you have a very lovely home. I mean, we're not saying that at all. Typically, we see things, if the roof's fallen off, windows are broken, you got anything like that? Is the basement completely finished, unfinished? It shows that you have a little bit that's not finished in your basement, correct?
Yeah, it's completely finished except for our utility room.
So that's where we really hope you say, no, I don't have any carpet. I can see the studs. I
Yeah.
can see all that. So they've actually, it looks like everything's pretty accurate. There was a BOE adjustment in here probably because they had it, some of these neighborhoods got turned up too high, and the assessor's office actually brought recommendations a couple years ago, and they actually went back and they changed them.
Okay.
So as I looked and I read through this one last night, I didn't see anything that like screamed other than if there was a condition change or something inside. And just from what we've seen and what's going on in the market, your house is probably well beneath.
I just pulled up 3 different online sites. Zillow has you at 357, Realtor.com says 302, and another one says 383, which I think that's out of whack. So with the assessor at 302, you're probably,
Like I said, we usually look for, if you can give us something, like
Give me
basement,
something.
give me something,
Yeah.
man. Give me something. Hey, the garage door fell down. Whatever.
Yeah.
They'll fix it. The other thing too is to have the assessors, if you can, have them come out to your house. Everybody thinks, oh, if they come out, they're going to just jack my value up. No, because if they see something, they're the ones that will actually call it out, because the worst thing to have is your house turned up too hot, and then what happens is you sell your house and you actually sell it lower than the assessor. That's actually horrible. We don't want that to happen. They don't want that to happen. And so as I've looked through here, I can't find anything out of whack. It seems to be in line.
it does.
I don't, like I said, I was really hoping you'd say that you had a flood in your basement, your sheetrock's gone. That's really the easiest one to have.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think you're being treated unfairly, but I would suggest, Anita's the chief deputy, you have multiple appraisers, have them walk through your house, have them go through it, and actually see what they say, because they might actually pull something that we don't see from just a picture.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, on parcel RPNST 0008000, make a motion that we uphold the assessed value.
There is a motion on the floor. Is there further discussion or any of the motions? Not hearing any, all in favor?
Aye.
Now, if in the next 2 weeks, you get our written decision and you decide that you found something that you want to continue this appeal process, you may. They will hold in a couple months, the Board of Tax Appeals, which usually happens in this room or one of the other rooms, bring the evidence in, talk about it, have the appraisers come in, and there might be something that actually is out of whack that way, or you can go to the district courts if you so choose. If you don't have any further questions, I'd consider this hearing closed.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Maggie. And we appreciate you not being mean. It's really nice when I have to argue with people. All right. Where are we at? Let's get to the admins.
Do we still
Oh,
have
wait,
some
yeah, we still got the ones that didn't show up. Let's get through them.
Logan Carr apparently worked something out with your office. He said he called Christie and canceled his hearing.
Okay.
Let me just find that.
We do have an adjustment on that Logan car.
You do have one?
If you guys want to read it, I'm turning the air conditioning
Here it
on.
is, right
because
here.
it's-
Take your, I was gonna say, take your
I'm taking my
jacket off.
jacket off and I'm turning the air conditioning on.
Let me
We-
make sure I got the right
74
one.
degrees
Just
in
make
there.
sure. You know,
It says
yeah,
Logan.
she
That's
just turned it
entirely
on.
too
Some
hot.
it is.
I just
Okay.
updated it,
Yeah.
just so it shows it.
I've gotten to
So
the point I don't even wear my jacket anymore because I just sweat when I walk through the courthouse.
we brought it down to $393 even with adjustment made on the land. So the land went from 97.5 down to 82.5.
390.
Okay. On parcel number RPR CBR 6000900, I move that we take the assessor's recommendation as presented. There's a motion on the floor. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Motion carries. Logan Carr is done. So let me make sure I have, so I have,
Should be Todd Corsetti
Sorry,
or
not
Clint
bad.
Skinner.
Christensen. Okay, so yeah, we have Clint Skinner that's unable to attend.
Clint Skinner, let's open that one.
Okay, so I know everybody wants to use this term artificially inflated market. If the market actually is exchanging currency at that, then it's not artificially inflated. That is a fact.
Yeah. But it sounds better because you hear that on the news.
Yeah.
Bannock
Willing buyer
County's
and
greed does
willing
n-
seller, right?
Yep, Bannock County's greed is driving property taxes. That's not how that works, but that's okay. Okay. So he says that he had an appraisal done in 2020 for 350.
That works out to 448.
If you adjust it, it's within, it supports the numbers, supports the value. Mr. Myself. On parcel RPRC through SU 2000300, I move that we uphold the assessed value as presented. There's a motion on the floor. Is there further discussion? Is there any other motions? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Skinner. All right. Corsetti. What is this one?
Helen just canceled his hearing.
Buckskin.
No, it doesn't show it. Okay. All right, guys.
$250,000 lot.
Yeah, $242,000 for a 4-acre lot. So, home site 1 acre. The other 3 acres, a value of $1,000 to $5,000 a piece. There's no, you can't subdivide it, you can't do anything with it. You can build a shop on it maybe. If it's a buckskin, it's on a hill, a value or whatever. I mean, the value should all be held in the 1 acre. And 1 acre sells, and he's down in the canyon. Or is he on the top? No, he's on the, oh, yeah. This guy's across the street from my parents' old house that we built up there. So, like I said, I just, yeah. Holy crap. In 2020, they had a $174,000 lot. They had a $140,000. Wow, this one, I don't know how this even, since 2017, this has been assessed at $125,000 for a 5-acre lot. The improvements, I'm fine with. The improvements, I'm good. No problem whatsoever. But I can't, in good conscience, support a $242,000 lot. Now, my question is, on this lot, and this is something I want to know, because this could drive the fact. So I'm showing some outbuildings. Are those outbuildings being included in the improvements, or did somehow they get included into the land?
The only thing included in the land is the well and septic.
Okay. So, on that side of Buckskin Road and where it's at, the well is probably sitting at 100 feet drilled and 80 feet perforated. So I'm just saying, there's actually a spring across the street. So my recommendation is your 5-year average of 125 that had been there is probably, now it's probably accurate, correct. Because once you clear that tree line, it's straight up and down.
Yeah, there's,
I just,
can you guys tell me what parcel RP R385102620 is valued at this year?
3805.
Oh, excuse me. RPR 385102620.
It is, the 1 acre home site is 114,675, and the additional 4 acres is 75,177.
So the total value is how much, sorry?
You made me out of my head.
189,852, and that does include a well and septic.
Okay.
so,
See, that was an interesting one, because looks like he's got a paved driveway that goes all the way up to his house, and he's on the top of the hill, and the subject property is on the very bottom of the hill.
you know whose house that is, right? That's yeah.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Or better yet, there's another property up there that I know very well of how much they are. Well, and the 2 across the street, we built the 2 houses across the street. Well, not directly across the street, one up. But yeah, I mean, it's just the value on that, 100 or 200 and whatever $1,000. Yeah, we can't. That's not even. You're in that 120, 140 range.
I was gonna say, the stuff directly across the street's last year's value were 146.
Then that's about, yeah. The one thing you run across on that side is you have some riparian swamp, because there's all the springs on those 3 houses across the street. There's springs every so many. And so you got to be careful, because you'll park a car in what you think's a pasture, and you'll come back and it will be up to its axles. So, but yeah, so that 130, 140, whatever. Here, I'll do it easy. I would move on parcel RRLY 0000200 that we adjust the land value to $140,000.
To 140?
100.
Oh,
Why don't we just go back to last year's value of 161?
Okay.
And I just,
It'll still be one of the highest ones in that canyon right there.
well, no, the stuff, like Sayers lot was what,
89.
189, so it brings it down below something.
Well, Sayer, he dug and has power poles down his pave. I mean, it's
Right.
pretty impressive what he's
But
done.
then, again, across the street, given
Yeah.
that they've probably adjusted a little bit, that should bring it into line, so.
Yeah. Okay.
Friendly amendment to redo, put it back at last year's value of 161,876.
Okay. All right, motion on the floor, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, there we go. The next one, that was Corsetti. We're done with this one, done with that one, done with that one. Freed, Christopher Freed should be the only one left at the 2 o'clock hour.
Which land is
Says the
The whole
total
side.
finished area on this house is 4,594 up and down, total.
Get to that screen. That's what it looks like. Let me open it and probe out, 'cause,
This is in a scan packet, it's kind of,
yeah. 4594 would be, finished area, attic none, basement full. So that would be the total of both of them. And it looks like the basement, we do have it is fully finished.
Mr. Chair, due to a lack of preponderance of evidence, I would make a motion on parcel RPR CCPCO, or excuse me, 041400, that we uphold the assessed value.
there's a motion on the floor, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. That should end us at the 2 o'clock hour.
Commissioner, I think you have one more from the 1 o'clock hour.
Which one?
Daniel Lysia.
Oh, Daniel Eck? Did they,
I heard from him.
and nobody, did that one, did they have any contact with the assessor's office?
Let me just double check, make sure that they're, that we have not spoken with them.
They're not on color.
No, so they've got The land value that jumped to 101 is 3.1 acres. They have $19,000 assessed to part of it.
Okay, let's take a look at.
And they don't show any acreage or anything assigned to it.
That 19,000 looks like it's probably an outbuilding.
Yeah, it's a barn, 44 by 50 square feet, 2,200 square feet, and a hay cover. And they come out on, he was just sketched in with the new system, and it will give a line item for everything that
That's fine.
wouldn't get the
That's fine.
homeowner's exemption.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look like, I mean, you have 3 acres, 100,000 for all 3 acres. You have, that's your well, septic. You know, you're within the,
Yeah.
I don't see anything.
Mr. Chair, on parcel RPR 380-305-6209, due to a lack of preponderance of evidence, I make a motion that we uphold the assessed value.
There's a motion on the floor. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Right quick, I need to shut my computer down and restart it. I think we're having some network updates or something that's gone on because I've been getting in and it's trying to open these files and it keeps shutting it down and restarting it. And so I don't know if they've done a security